Greetings, folks. Dr. Peter A. James here. Hope all is well. Excited to bring to you a little bit about goal setting today. So, a little bit about me first. I am a professor of business and entrepreneurship at the College of DuPage. My background: spent some time in the Army as an officer, corporate America in sales and marketing, entrepreneurship, and now higher education. And throughout my career, I've been able to accomplish a lot of things. As you just heard about, my career has taken me through different stops, different industries overall. What I am most excited about is the ability to be able to make it through to different industries, make it through to different goals and objectives and accomplish them. But sometimes it seems easier than it really is. What was the process like? So instead of talking about goals as we hear about all the time, I want to talk to you more about processes. You see, goal setting occurs for everybody. People who accomplish or don't accomplish their goals have the same thing in common. They set goals. Some achieve them, some don't. But what allows those people who achieve those goals to actually achieve them? And I have to say, it's about the processes, the habits, the day to day habits that go into really accomplishing your goal. So if you think about it, someone who wants to run a marathon, they don't just set out and say, I'm going to run a marathon tomorrow. They actually have to strategize, plan and strategize their entire race path, their race pattern day by day, week by week, month by month, in order to make it to that pinnacle, that race day moment. Those of us who are want to achieve a certain mark in the gym, whether it's a bench or other characteristics, it takes process. It just happens instantaneously. It takes a regimen to a certain extent. So I have to ask all of you who are watching, what's your regimen? What is your process in order to accomplish that goal? What are those little things that you're going to accomplish every single day that's going to allow you to get one step closer to your goals? So listen, if you're like many people in this world, you set out to do things on a day by day basis or a week by week basis, and you filter out a little bit, you have to ask yourself, what is your will or desire around accomplishing this goal? In this book by James Clear called Atomic Habits, I'm going to make sure that it could read good. Atomic Habits by James Clear. He talks about setting regimen, setting a process, setting repetitive habits that will allow you to accomplish these goals. So those of us who are trying to accomplish a certain grade in a class, you have to do certain things on a regular basis. But oftentimes we don't follow a specific regimen. We do things that don't set ourselves up for success. As an example, some of you may not be morning people, but you say, I'm going to get up every morning at 5 a.m. to do my homework. That's not setting yourself up for success. Some of you are night owls. Are you using the nighttime to study as effectively as you can? Or are you doing other stuff that may be distracting you? James Clear also talks about allowing this process, these habits, to be very easy, to make them easier for yourself. So maybe you're not a good person to study by yourself in an office or in a room by yourself. Maybe you need a little bit of action around you. So maybe if we weren't in a pandemic, you could go to the Starbucks and study there, or you can study out in your backyard if the weather was conducive to that as well. How are you setting yourself up for success in your processes? What is the day by day things that you're doing to help yourself out? How are you removing the stimuli from those processes that might distract you? One of the biggest stimuli, as we all know, is the phone. Are you able to leave that in another room or shut it off completely? Or if you're like me, you turn off all the alerts intentionally so that they're not distracting you, especially when you're trying to accomplish something. For me, it's turning off the phone at a certain time block every single day so it doesn't become distraction, not checking my email during that same time, eliminating as many distractions during that time block in order to accomplish what I'm setting out to accomplish. So now I really have to ask you, what are the things that you're doing to set yourself up for success? And if you're not doing those things, you may be setting yourself up for failure. So as you think about these goals, sure, write down your goals, write down what you want to accomplish, but more importantly, ask yourself, what are the steps that I need to write down in order to accomplish those goals? What are those things I need to do on a day-to-day basis, a week-by-week basis, or a month-by-month basis in order to accomplish and get one step closer to that objective? And then lastly, what am I doing to help make these objectives, these processes easier for me on a day by day, a week by week, or a month by month basis? If you can do that, if you can make them simple, set yourself up for success, those goals will be accomplished. Hey, great folks, great talking to you today. I hope you got a little bit of gems out of this presentation. If you have not, take a look at James Clear's Atomic Habits. Not a bad read at all. Actually, a fairly quick read, but it's also, I believe it's also an audiobook too. So take care, be safe, and I'll hope to see you soon.